This furniture and lighting aren't in a museum, even if at first it all looks like something from a bygone era. Combining tradition with the latest trends to make something both classical and contemporary is Lee Broom's trademark. Since 2007, he's been designing home furnishings and developing concepts under his own label.
Sometimes it's kind of like I use the idea of a modern aesthetic with a traditional material or vice versa. So it's kind of, I like the kind of play between the two styles. The idea is that we're sort of creating pieces that are almost like future antiques.
This chair is typical of Lee Broom's work. The upholstered furniture comes from his salon collection. The style is reminiscent of the elegance of the 1930s, while the studs are a touch of today. But with a price of several €1,000, it'll be in use for more than one season. Back when he was 17, Broom won a design competition that allowed him to work for British fashion icon Vivienne Westwood. He then went on to study fashion design at the prestigious Central St Martin's College of Art and Design.
When I was at St Martin's and studying in London, it's expensive as a student, so you kind of have to find ways of means of kind of surviving, and I didn't want to work in a store and didn't want to work in a club, so I decided to go around to local bars and restaurants and say, you know, can I make you some curtains or do some upholstery or, you know, stuff like that, or make mirror frames. And it became a cottage industry, and it grew, and then I was given a bar to design from beginning to end, and from that point really was kind of my introduction into kind of interiors.
He attracted international attention in 2012 with his crystal bulb, a light bulb made of cut glass with light provided by LEDs. It became a bestseller, exported to 26 countries. Broom produced his first crystal bulbs at Cumbria Crystal, the last crystal glassworks in Britain. It was a simple logistical decision, but made in Britain unexpectedly became an essential part of the brand's appeal. Nowadays, he tries to produce up to 80% of his products domestically.
It's an interesting way of working as well. You know, some of these people have been doing this job in a certain way for many years, and then somebody like me comes along and then sort of says, oh, we should put carpet inside a light, and they're kind of like, well, this is sort of insane. But as soon as they're on board with the idea, as soon as you get the enthusiasm, then you can make it happen. So it's amazing for me because I'm learning the technique and the craft from them, and it's great for them because they're creating something that they've never done before in like 40 years.
Broom's designs can also be found at Harrods. Last spring, he designed the sales area for the French shoe designer Christian Louboutin at the prestigious London department store. Around 40 shops, bars and restaurants now bear Lee Broom's touch.
I kind of think when you walk into that environment, part of what you're wanting to do is kind of escape. And I like that idea of escapism and taking somebody on a bit of a journey.
At 37, Lee Broom is still at the beginning of his career. And he's living proof that some things never go out of style.